I see the RNC convention as a reintroduction of Cleveland to the international world.
When the Republican National Committee announced Cleveland as their choice, they said this is a city whose time has come and we're prepared to help showcase them on the national stage.
This is likely to be the biggest global media opportunity we're going to have in a generation, if not in a lifetime.
One of the leverage points we have is telling stories, whether it's advanced manufacturing, early childhood education, the great work we do in the biosciences.
Maybe there are going to be entrepreneurs that are looking for a place to start their business or expand their business.
We have these great water resources in Cleveland, Lake Erie the most obvious, but also the Cuyahoga River. We ought to be transforming how we think about ourselves and how the world thinks about us by connecting to the water in new ways.
For me, it all really starts with residential development. Instead of adding 1,000 or 2,000 residents to the city, maybe we can start thinking in terms of adding 10,000 residents.
Downtown is the core, right? But what happens outside of the core?
There's nothing in my mind that's as important as making sure that we maintain a safe environment.
The neighborhoods, as you migrate out of the core, is where people will choose to raise their families and have a different quality of life than you can receive downtown.
I sat with a group of 26th graders with big sheets of paper. We just said, draw your ideal neighborhood. More than half of them, the first thing they drew was a gas station, because it's the grocery store. It's where they're going for food. That's a really crucial issue. The impact of that over time on the healthcare of the region and the people who live here is going to be very important.
For all the great health systems we have here, Cuyahoga County is 65th out of 88 counties in health outcomes. If we're going to become a vibrant city, we're going to need to be a healthier city.
There is a huge gap between those who have the least in our region and those who have the most. They live in different places, they go to different schools, they shop at different venues, but there's a moment right now with the renewal that's going into the city where that's changing.
We have to start with making sure that we have productive citizens.
We have to invest in our schools. They've got to be world class, and that's where the equality of opportunity happens. That will keep the young professionals here. That will attract even more families downtown, and that's how you get the vibrancy of a community.
If our kids don't experience the full Cleveland that you and I experience, if they only experience the part that hasn't yet been touched, they won't stay. Our job is to make sure they stay in.
The old Cleveland story that still referred back to the river burning is gone. There's a new story that's taking its place that's going to be propagated by a generation of reporters who are going to have a completely different experience of Cleveland. And that gives us something to build on for years and years and years in the future.